Welcome to the Sporty stream. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are doing well. You're joining us here across Progression League 2v2 action here. This is, again, week 7 of 2v2 action. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great match, and it's going to be a great night for Rocket League. This is the Liminal Division GC1 to GC2 player base. Big Bubble Lover versus Makeshift Elite. It being the last week of the regular season, you know what that means? Playoff opportunities up for grabs and playoff format scenarios at play here. Show you what they look like right now. Actually, we'll show you what they look like on a better screen right now. They are both in Group C of the Liminal Division. Now, the way that playoffs work is top 4 of the group make it to playoffs here. So there's 7 teams total. As you can see, Big Bubble Over and Makeshift Elite both 1 and 4 at that 5th and 6th spot. The reason this match is really important for them, loser is out, so they cannot make playoffs. The winner has a chance, but they're going to need some help with Cosmosis Esports, who are taking on the Ceiling Demons this week. So for Cosmosis Esports, if they win in their match against the Ceiling Demons, they're in the playoffs. Now, their match hasn't happened just yet, I think, from what I've seen. I don't think their match has actually gone through. And has played yet, so these teams whoever is this after this match is gonna have to kind of watch and see what happens here, and they're gonna hope that the Ceiling Demons can defeat Cosmosis Esports. It's the only way they'll be in playoffs. So a lot to play for, a lot to hope to get, a lot that they're hoping to gain from this. It's playoffs on the line for both these teams, and it's gonna be a big match here tonight. Big Bubble Over with Oni and Yurt. It will be Makeshift Elite with Phantom, Edit, and CL. I believe it's Phantom and CL who are playing tonight. But again, this is very important because you win and you get a chance for playoffs. You lose and you don't even get that chance. So even if they would have lost, even if Cosmosis Esports would have lost, they wouldn't. You wouldn't make it into playoffs with the loss here. So huge match for these two teams because it is playoffs chances resting on a win, and of course some extra help as well. Looking to see if we did have that match confirmed. I don't think we have. Yeah, that match hasn't been scheduled, it looks like. So, at least if it has been, which it hasn't been played this week. So, it looks like it hasn't been scheduled just yet. So, we'll wait a little bit longer here. They'll have to wait a little bit longer to confirm if they can make it or not, because had Cosmosis played that match, we would know for a fact if these teams could make playoffs or not. Of course, without that match having been played, you can only hope that for Cosmosis to lose later this week. And Cosmosis Esports know this. I'm sure they do. They know that if they can win, they're in. As well, I mean, you have to imagine that's something that's going to be on the mind of Cosmosis Esports here. But again, for both these teams, obviously they're hoping that Cosmosis Esports loses to Ceiling Demons. Now, Ceiling Demons are a team that has not won this week, won yet this season. I think they're 0-5 or 0-6. What's their record showing to me? They are. Take a look here. Let's take a look at their record. They are 0-5. So they haven't won yet this season. Things have not been good for them. But again, we're moments away from getting this going. Reminder that if they do lose, winner of this will guarantee a spot in the final bracket. It is double elimination, by the way, this final bracket. So even with making the playoffs, there's still a long road to go through. But for these teams, they don't care about how long the road is. They just care about making it. That's the problem for them. They have to get their spot. They have to guarantee that they will be in playoffs to begin with. So we'll wait a little bit longer here to get everybody in the lobby, everybody ready to go for this best of 5 matchup here. Again, part of the Liminal Division, this is GC1, GC2 gameplay. We'll be back as well on Thursday with more Rocket League action. We have a pretty fun match there. That'll be a division above this. That'll be part of the, what is it, the Elite Division, I think it's called? Sorry, no, the Progressive... No, sorry, it's the division below. It's the Challenge Division that we'll have on Thursday. No, Elite Division. In cross progression, I was like, Elite's not the right name for it. That's one of the teams in this lobby. It seems like we're good to go here. Seems like we're ready to start our match. Again, winner, well, more importantly, loser is out. So the winner will have to hope for Cosmosis Esports to lose. These teams have not been very successful this season. 1-4 for both of them. So again, for records, that's pretty weak. Still, you have a chance to make playoffs, but you are asking for help at this point. For the Big Bubble Lovers, their win came last week to the Ceiling Demons. Of course, same goes for Makeshift Elite. who beat them as well. Both those matches wins, by the way, came with a sweep, so there's been that. In terms of game differential, I believe it's better for Big Bubble Lover, but that's also because Makeshift Elite had a stretch in the middle of the season where they forfeited 3 matches in a row. So you have to imagine here for Makeshift Elite, they've had roster struggles. So hopefully, I think for Makeshift Elite at this point, trying to be Makeshift, trying to find a roster that they can work with. But the pressure's on. Playoff spots, or really a lack of playoff spots, on the line for these teams. The loser is out for the rest of the season, will have no chance to be in the final bracket. And for every team playing this season, that's the goal, really. Make it in the playoffs and see how well you can do there. Makeshift Elite with goal 1 for a team that, again, has struggled this season in finding an identity. Goals are going to matter. These games are going to matter. And more importantly for them, improvement is going to matter here. Unfortunately, the control of making the playoffs is not entirely in their hands. A win here will get you part of the way, but only part of the way. The other part will be hoping that the Ceiling Demons, the team that has contributed to both these teams' one and only series victory this season, beats Cosmosis Esports. For Makeshift Elite, though, looking for a strong early start. Gerd and Oni looking very much panicked on the goal line. And rotationally a little bit unsound. We're seeing a little bit of near-side rotations, which you often see at these lower rank levels, going for near-side rotations, trying to play one-on-one. It's so risky, though, because if you don't play it correctly, you're actually allowing for your opponents to have a lot of easy plays to make. The reason why most coaches are going to tell you, at this level, always rotate, and try to rotate in the back post to save yourself something. Unless you're trying to slow the play down, the near post really is only good for demos and slow down plays. Other than that, you go back post, try to make saves, and Makeshift Elite right now really showing you what they've got. CL on target. Really played for Phantom. He's looking to drop it down again. Overcommit here for Makeshift. Should be a goal for Yurt, and it will be 1-1 tied. I don't know if it's nerves or if it's just that these teams have been struggling as much as they have been, but for both teams, they'll be disappointed with a start like this. And Makeshift Elite, Big Bubble Lover, both these teams are going to need to calm things down and try to play a smart game. And so often we see at this level, and in many ways even more so even at the Challengers level, players trying to go for crazy things, trying to play a fast game when really the top teams don't typically do that. They don't need to play fast. They play consistent. Being consistent, not making mistakes, often is a free ticket into playoffs in divisions like these. You start asking for you start asking about being able to elevate really at higher rank levels. The divisions above this one, of which there are 2. About that, as it will be a goal for CL. It's an awkward looking one. He really didn't do much to test Big Bubble Lover, but sometimes throwing it on net just works. And Yurt, not able to read this one correctly, jumping off the back wall, or actually trying to come off the back wall. I think he may have caught himself on that kind of connection between the back wall and the ground. It's that little curve. Jumping on that will eat your car's jump. It will not allow you to get off the ground. Or if that's what happened there, because he didn't go up for it. Big Bubble Over now, need to find a way back. Demo reset! Oh my! Yurt's on a solo play. Well, he just 1v2'd the Makeshift Elite defense in quite explosive fashion. And for Big Bubble Lover, with the defensive struggles we've seen already, they may need a lot of that if they are to take the series victory. You can tell high-power offenses mixed with a weak defense. Unfortunately, it's that weak defense for both these teams that's probably been the issue this season. And the reason why they are in the position that they are at. People always tell you it's defenses that win championships. Well, it's offenses that can win you games. But you need that defense too, and it really isn't about defense, it's about consistency. You don't need to have the best defense to win championships, but you do need to have extremely good consistency. And the ability to, and in many cases, the ability to be able to improve on yourself as well. I think for a lot of teams, there's that clear split between the regular season and the playoffs in your performance. Teams do it just better than others. There's not to say that for these teams that their season would be over at this point, even if they were to be in playoffs. It's not. So many teams you see come in the playoffs, find ways to just excel, and well, Makeshift Elite excelling in one thing, and that is catching Big Bubble Lover overcommitting I've done it a couple times this game where they just jumped in, asked the questions, and Big Bubble Lover has not been able to supply defensive answers. Makeshift elite. Oh, they're gonna go up by 2 now. It's CL up the kickoff. It's another one for Makeshift elites, and nice if they ask questions to the Big Bubble Lover whether or not they're gonna be able to get their defense under control here. Has been an awkward game for their back line, and really not much of a back line. They look like a team that's scared out there. In a matchup where I understand the pressure, there is a lot on them. Oh, there's a miss there from Oni. Could be a chance to shoot here for CL, and it will be a poor shot, though. Makeshift Elite will have to get back quickly. Oni, though. Jumping in is CL, who does a good job at keeping the play away from the nets. Will now be Yurt. Yurt, oh, he's got by Phantom, who jumped in! Oh, boy, it's gonna be an easy one for Oni. But you wonder what Phantom was thinking if he must have thought Yurt didn't have the flip reset, because in no reason should you ever challenge that. Makeshift Elite there are trying to go for the 50-50. They don't have a lot of boost. You don't challenge there. On a 50 like that, it's a poor choice for Phantom. And really for both these teams, defensively, it feels like they've been so eager to get out of their half of the field, they don't think about the consequences of going for these plays. Fortunately, the consequences have been made very clear in this game, with it being 7 goals combined from both sides. As the miss from Oni will be Phantom. That's not on, but CL's jumping. Surely it's 5-3. Oh, he's missed the net completely. Here goes Oni the other way. Phantom will slow it down. Not well, though. Oni with the option. May have been looking for Yurts. Oh, what he will find is CL. He will take it the whole length of the field to the other back wall. Phantom again, jumping early. Leaving CL alone, but this time it will not be a bad decision. As shot on target. If he's there, we'll have the boost to work with. Phantom. He's looking like he's going to commit from that position. And boy, will he regret that choice. Immediately caught by Oni. And Phantom, who has had, let's just say, not a very spectacular game. One that he'll probably want to forget very quickly. Caught out of the net again. Oni with some great vision on that. But you got to, again, ask what Phantom is thinking he's going to get from that position. We got a poor choice, and one that could prove to be costly. Makeshift Elite had a 2-goal lead. It's now all but erased from history. On target, Yurt there. Big Bubble Lover coming up with some big saves late. It'll be Yurt again, gets by Phantom. It's CL who gets by 1. There's nobody back, and Phantom unable to put it on target. You saw the idea there. As Big Bubble Lover will let this hit the ground for overtime. A game, again, that I think both teams will want to seek improvements from. Still, you can maybe sneak away in a way. Yurt. Back by Phantom, who has been non-stop challenging this play. It has put a lot of stress on CL to really be consistent. As he's going to find the dribble here, nearly snuck it over Yurt. He was looking to bluff how much boost he had. He nearly got away with it, too. Again, Phantom not afraid to challenge. They want to be a little bit more passive, though, and when CL's up as high as he has been. As Oni. Phantom will win. It's Yurt without a lot of boost, and it's CL with the game winner! Well, it was an aggressive challenge again from Phantom, but it's CL who makes the right decision to go for it. Big Bubble Lover run out of resources, and it's Makeshift Elite who find game 1 and take it. It was not without its many, many difficulties for them. It was a game, again, that Phantom defensively could not hold himself from challenging in somewhat awkward positions. But it will be his win. It will be his team's win. It will be their hope that this win will allow them to continue to be successful and maybe, just maybe, get themselves a spot in the playoffs by the end of the week. Still a lot of work to be done. And Big Bubble Lover proving that they are definitely not a team that's going to take things lightly. Still, I think a game where both teams are going to want to improve from it. We already talked about a lot of the Mistakes from Phantom, committing too heavily for Makeshift Elite. For a big bubble over early in that last game, it was just too easy for Makeshift Elite on offense. A lot of times, they just kind of threw the ball in front of the net and asked if Makeshift Elite, if Big Bubble Lover was on defense, and so many times Big Bubble Lover let in goals they probably shouldn't have. I'm looking back to that early mistake in up the back wall from, I think it was Yurt. After that, it was an overcommit from Oni off a pretty tame infield pass from Makeshift Elite. So for both teams, it was not exactly what you'd call a pretty game one. But for Makeshift Elite, it is the game one that they will take. Now they look to add on to it. First, they'll need to get out of defense, and that won't be so easy. Team pump, though. That's unfortunate, and here goes CL the other way, and he has not been missing these. He will be clinical once more. Well, unfortunate team bump for Big Bubble Lover. Oni clashing with Yurts, and just unable to get back in time. Usually, there's no risk in that play. You put the shot on target, they are forced to make a save, and you can recover easily. But that bump leads to a wide open chance, and CL is not going to have a problem taking it. That one feeling like it's just a product of bad timing. Well, this is a product of a bad decision from Yurts. It goes from bad to worse. As he went in for the boost, he won the boost, but CL's waiting right there to shoot it. I think that these players, you go into autopilot up these kickoffs at times, because you just want to go for the boost. You are so used to going for the boost, racing right back and getting the ball for free. But so often, especially as you get into this into these higher rank levels, you're going to see players stick around off kickoff. If they can't win the boost, they'll win the ball and put a shot on your net, make you do something. Makeshift Elite now a 2-goal lead. As Oni, back wall, will be both players to commit, but saved away as Yurt. Phantom, who's been a lot more defensive this game. Oh, it's a fake from Yurt. Oh, what a block for CL. Follow-up shot is CL again. 2 straight saves for CL. And boy, he has had quite the series thus far. He hasn't put a foot wrong in this game so far. And he's still coming up huge. Credit to Phantom, though. Those early challenges made life a little easier for CL. Forcing Bug Bubble over to shoot earlier, to not play controlled. And here goes CL on net. Both players commit. It's a poor attempt from Phantom. One, I think he would have wanted to turn into the net. Makeshift Elite will retreat, but look where CL is sitting. He's waiting for the ball to come to him. Maybe waiting a little too eagerly, though. Phantom still wins the challenge. Big Bubble Lover go back to defense again. Unable to find the same success they had last game through the first half. Yurt. Reset. Oh, it's going to go in! Right under the bar! Yurt from the midway line. And CL forced him to make a touch. It was better than what he was expecting, I'm certain. Makeshift Elite's 2-goal lead, and we've been in this position before where they've dropped the 2-goal lead. They're at risk of it here, to do it in a second straight game. Oh, what a challenge from Phantom. Will not go in. I don't think he'll mind, though, as his early commit challenges, as long as he's got CL behind him, do work. At the very least, he forces the play to go to CL, and again, CL has been quality this series. That is not a good touch, though. He's going to be bumped out. This should be. Oh, what a great block for Phantom. CL with a first major mistake. That could have been a goal for Big Bubble Lover. And now, it's Phantom who's going to take a goal here. Oh, it's off the post. It was just wide of the net. The gaping net, if you will. It was just asking to be scored on from there. Phantom again. We'll send it to safety. Big Bubble Lover. Oh, dunked in the midfield. Should still be their ball. Phantom very delayed on that challenge. He's not done a good job there, and CL's gonna have to waste some time for him. On low boost as well. Phantom needs to come in quickly. He will not do so. Hesitation from Phantom will cost his team dearly. It wasn't a great first touch from CL, but Phantom just not there fast enough. And there was that hesitation he had before the plus out of his play that really hurt his team on that challenge in the midfield. He went for it far too late. Play where he actually would have won had he been confident enough to go for it initially. That mistake could prove to be brutal for Makeshift Elites. As Oni, that is beautiful, my goodness! No stopping that one! Phantom was out of his nets. I'm sure he would have liked to be in his net in that position, but you cannot blame a shot like that on a defender. Very well placed. Now, Makeshift Elite down by 1, so that 2-goal lead completely wiped away again. This time, can the big bubble lover side hold on to it? Didn't do a very good job last game at being able to keep the momentum going. They do have a lead here, so Makeshift Elite are going to be forced to score something late if they are to come back. Oh, CL. Maybe not with the right decision there. He's got to get back quickly. Oh, he's got a demo along the way. Oni maybe trying to play body block. Taken away by Phantom. CL now just throwing it on the net. Oh, it's a bad play. It's an open chance for Phantom! And it's tied at 3! Yurt's getting a little overeager. Takes out Oni. And it's an absolute freebie for Phantom. Still the composure to take that chance. But a play that should never have resulted in a goal. And we may have overtime again as taken with the raid, by the way, Ecliptic Fades. I hope we're doing well, as that's a big whiff. CL. Ooh, he leaves it in his own half of the field here. Could be. Oh, it's a win for Phantom. I thought Big Bubble Lover would jump a little bit faster on that. Still, they'll look to shoot. No goal here. A second straight overtime. Makeshift Elite won the last one. In heartbreaking fashion for Big Bubble Lover. This may be even worse for them. I mean, they had the lead in the final moments, gave it away. And now they'll have to work their way back in a series that matters for these teams. The loser out of playoff contention. CL doesn't connect with this. It will be for Yurt. Get an extra touch on this. He's just waiting for Phantom to challenge. Waiting a little too long here as it's Phantom. Oh, CL, that's a risky challenge. You'd expect Phantom to go soon on this. Yurt, too heavy. CL to clear. Oni now up the corner. And Phantom's pushed up quite high here. This ball gets looped over him. He's going to be in a tough place to save it. It will. It's just off the back post. Phantom will clear. Makeshift Elite have consistently this game kind of covered their own front post. You got to be really careful when you're doing that, because if the team just throws the ball up high up the back wall, which many teams this level will do, not in a position to save it when you're covering the front post. As, oh, it's a weak touch for Phantom. CL will go for this. It's actually worked really well. The net's open. It's CL. Oh, it's wide. He could have had a second straight game winner. He'll go again. No shot there. He was looking for the net. Yurt's going to go back here. But it makes things a little awkward for his teammate, but Makeshift Elite with the golden opportunity. And one that CL will absolutely be blaming on himself if this game does not end up going their way. Oni, able to get back on the ground fast enough to go for the bump. It's Yurt, though, on one. Phantom's on the front post again, and this time, it will not favor him. I have to imagine Big Bubble Lover may have noticed this before, that Phantom loves covering that front post. If to keep the ball high on the back wall, he will not be able to get up for it. They take the second game in overtime. And we're tied at 1 each. And for Phantom, unfortunately, a game where I think he just lost his composure in OT, but it came long before that. Another 2-goal lead dropped by Makeshift Elite. Consistency is starting to become a real issue for them here in these games because they can start out so well, but then it's just a few careless mistakes, a few careless plays that catch them in the end. It's a game where both these teams feel like they can beat the better team if they're just consistent enough. But I wonder if the nerves are getting to them. It wouldn't surprise me in a series like this. I mean, it's not playoffs, but it might as well feel like it. knowing what's at stake. Best of 5 that could determine the entirety of the rest of your season. And I'm sure Makeshift Elite will be hurting them, will be kicking themselves on that one. Sure, that goal goes on a mistake from Phantom, but it's CL who had the open net miss earlier that could have ended the game without even having to worry about Big Bubble Lover. Both players missed key opportunities to make big plays. Now, game 3 has resolved in a reset, and one that they're going to start out well in. I don't think they're going to be celebrating, though. Because as we know, Makeshift Elite, they start games out so well. It's by the time the game gets near to its second half, its ending point, where Makeshift Elite seems to drop their lead, seems to drop their guards a little bit. So I have to imagine no celebrations here for Makeshift Elite until they go up by 3 or 4 goals. You have to imagine. I think that maybe is a little more commanding, a little more convincing for them. As it's another team bump here from your on Oni. We've seen that a couple times from Big Bubble Over where both these players kind of collide into each other in the exact same spot. Doing it so often in the game about spacing, about rotations. Oh, that's a poor challenge from CL, and it should be an open net for Oni. He'll look for Yurt, and he'll go off the crossbar! Oh, how on earth did Big Bubble Over not convert there? Yurt will try again. This one is near the net. It's a double commit for Makeshift, who are both on no boost. It's another open net. Surely Yurt scores this one, and he will. Well, they've been given multiple opportunities. Eventually, they're going to find one of them. CL, who I think was going for a zap dash there, missed it. And this game is even. And Makeshift Elite, the guilty party. It was initial overcommit from CL. And at times, undecisive, it seems like the Makeshift Elite players. Going for balls a little too late, second-guessing themselves in crucial moments. It's not a good character trait for teams that are trying to fight for their spot in playoffs. As Yurt's going to take a 2-1 lead here. Too easy for Big Bubble Lover, and yet well placed. Oni does well to outplay CL and right up the kickoff. It's a little boost for Phantom. He will not be able to get back. And that bump won't help it either. Oni going right after him and slowing him down. Now Makeshift Elite team forced to make the comeback in what might be making the comeback in the final half of this game. We'll see though. Big Bubble Over, not exactly a team that's known to, at least in this series, to close things down convincingly. I mean, you saw last game, a team bump that led to a game-tying goal in the final moments, so not exactly a team I think that has been is proving that they are clutch defensively late. Although if they can get a few more goals, they may not need to be all that clutch defensively. And they might get another one here. Oni, well placed it is. In the goal in the bottom left. Well, it's a well-placed shot from Oni, who catches again, Makeshift Elite up too high. At this point, Makeshift Elite forced to chase the game. Clearly, they're not very comfortable in this position because we're seeing them chase the game so heavily that they're overcommitting. They don't need to. There's still half the game left. This isn't the point where you need to overcommit, where you need to go crazy. Oh, it's starting to become that way. Now it's a 3-goal lead for Big Bubble Lover. And for a team that did drop game 1 in overtime, they've been clinical in the kickoff twice this game. And both times, Phantom going for the boost off the kickoff. He may need to kick that habit soon because every time he does it, Big Bubble Lover right on top of it and take the first shot. There's almost a play there for CL. Yurt may have missed the kickoff spot, but no harm there for Big Bubble Lover as it's Yurt again. Reset. Oh, it's a miss from CL. It's Oni to the net. It's kept away, but some inconsistencies showing for, I think, who has been the strongest looking player today for Makeshift Elite in Oni. Sorry, not in Oni, in CL. Oni is on Big Bubble Lover. So he'll play out to Yurt. We touch there. Phantom. Off the corner, will wait for the chance to shoot. He actually had a lot more room than he thought he did there. Big Bubble Lover both waiting. There goes Yurt. Cross map dribble. He's done this a couple times! Oni on top of it! And that's something that Big Bubble Lover has proven they're quite good at here, is these cross map dribbles. Makeshift Elite just can't seem to put a stop to that. And man, this may be a runaway game. We have had 2 overtimes so far. Game 3 looks like it may be very, very different to the last 2 outings, and well, Big Bubble Lover will not mind at all. As CL pinched across. CL, who may still be haunted by that open net miss in Game 2. It's led to Game 3 being as important as it is right now. Handsome, oh, he doesn't connect with this. It will be, well, it should have been a chance for Oni, who must not have been paying attention there. He had boost, he just didn't feel comfortable going for it. And maybe this is Big Bubble Lover deciding that they don't want to overcommit. And we're more than happy just to let the game be as it is. If that's the case, well, they have a minute to hold things down. This is a 4-goal lead, though. You would be surprised to see any team drop a lead like that in this position. CL, though, looking to pull them back. He's got his 2nd goal this game. And this is what Makeshift Elite have to do here. Normally, you wouldn't expect the team to go for this, but they're forced to. There's not enough time for them to play patient. They're gonna need a couple more from where that was at. Phantom kind of cleared away. Would have probably done better just to let the ball fly off the side wall. Oh, was a demo there. Will be from Oni. Yurt now. He might be looking for another Doomsday display. He had one last game. That nearly snuck in. Phantom, the wiser of the two, though, able to defend the play that beat him in overtime of last game. Now he'll clear it down the field. Easy read for Yurt. CL around the corner. Keep trying to take a piece of Oni. He's got connection there. It's a poor attempt at a clear. Phantom on the net, so he's missed his chance. It was a chance that he couldn't put the power behind, and that needed to go in for Makeshift Elite. There will not be enough time left to make the comeback. Big Bubble Lover, who, again, a team not known for keeping things clutch in the final moments of the game, at least in this series, have done a good job here to only give up 1 goal in the final minutes. En route to now match point in this series, and what could be the end of the season for Makeshift Elite. While the winner is not guaranteed a spot in playoffs, the loser definitely is not. All to lose in this series for both teams, and while it's not over yet for both sides, Big Bubble Lover do have quite the advantage late. A 5-2 victory. Pretty convincing performance. The most convincing that we've seen Big Bubble Lover look today. I think what really helped them out there was getting to that lead getting on that lead so early, not leaving it late, not leaving it to them having to play insanely consistently. Of course, they're gonna need to keep that consistency. You know, Makeshift Elite's gonna throw everything they have at you to come back in this game. Oh, look at this from Big Bubble Lover. What a 50 for Oni. He's gonna get that 1st goal too. Oni just charges in. He knows Steel's the only one back, so he's more than happy to take the risk because he knows that as long as he can just take a couple seconds off, Yurt's gonna be right behind him there. Really smart decision. And the 1st goal for Big Bubble Lover, and again, if they can get that early lead like they did last game, and add at least 1 more goal to it, they're gonna put Makeshift Elite in a position where they have to commit more heavily. As you see, Makeshift Elite do not like being down. This is a team that seems to overcommit, seems to overcorrect themselves when things are not going their way. In last game, a couple overcommits, a couple kickoff goals for Big Bubble Lover, just extended their lead into unreachable territories for Makeshift Elite. It's a little dribble around here from Phantom. Look at this from Oni and Yurt. Oh, both in the same spot, but so is CL and Phantom. This will mean a reset here. The Makeshift Elite on the ball. CL. Quick reset. Still CL. Challenged by Oni. Still, he's got this. A 2nd touch. Phantom does well to recognize Oni's got a play there. But still, Makeshift Elite will have to work without the ball. Yurtson. I think he's maybe looking to go out for a pass to Oni here. We've seen them go for these cross-map dribbles. That one will not be such case. As here goes CL. Back wall. It's open! And it's Phantom! 1 goal back for the better. CL again. Boy, what an outstanding look. And Phantom will have no problem taking it. And he's going to rely a lot on CL. CL's definitely been the playmaker for Makeshift Elite. Either he shows up or this team will have to say sayonara to playoffs. As that should have been 2-1 there. A complete gimme from Yurdu. Really made a mess of that one. Oh, he's still out of position. This is also off the post. It's 2 straight chances for CL. Both of which given to him by Yurt. It's going to go the other way for Oni. And somehow Big Bubble Lover take the lead in this game. It never should have happened. I mean, it was 2 straight open net looks for CL. Both of which should have been converted. Neither of which go in. Big Bubble Lover more than happy to take the lead. And, well, in a fashion that should not have gone their way. And CL, who I said needs to stand up this game. He's had a couple crucial misses on open nets in this series. That's maybe the most crucial of them so far. It's Phantom. Trying to leave things up for CL. Great recognition from Yurt, who will take the extra flick. All out to CL. Oni waiting for Yurt to get back. He'll get his time. CL sort of not looking to rush his approach. As here goes Yurt. We'll get through Phantom. It's 2-on-1 from here, and we'll see if Yurt goes for anything. He will not go for the bump, so Oni's gonna have a much tougher job here. As a miss from Phantom. Should be Yurt. Oh, and it should have been better from there. Cleared away. Safety first, Makeshift Elite, who I think could have actually controlled that position, but they'll just hope to keep it out as CL stops it up the back wall. We'll get another clear here, trying to catch Oni a little high up. Definitely letting Big Bubble Over know that they are watching for those overcommits. Haven't happened just yet. This could be more dangerous, though. That's off the other post. It's Phantom now who's hit the iron. And Big Bubble Lover, who have been saved not once, not twice, but 3 times this game. Yurt. Phantom. CL. It's open. It's vulnerable. And it's Yurt with a superhuman effort. Oh, what a block. Big Bubble Lover holding in for dear life. The playoffs' life depends on it. They won't guarantee a spot, but you might be thinking they are from the way that they're performing. This is just for the chance to be in the postseason. That's how much it means to these players. Throwing their lives in front of the net. Yurt's with the save here. Phantom missed it. It's open. It is 3-1 for Oni. Hat-trick hero in Game 4. And Phantom, who has had a couple whiffs this game, will want that one back. Not only was it a whiff, it was a whiff on an unchallenged play. He had no reason to rush it. Big Bubble Lover defense. I've done the work, though. My goodness. The fact that it's only 1 goal for Makeshift Elite is incredibly impressive, surprising to me. Big Bubble Lover have stopped them well. And they're not done with 3-1. They're going to keep fighting in this final minute, albeit with the secondary goal of wasting out as much time on that clock as they can. Oni, not past Phantom. Yurt is up. He will actually fake the challenge instead. He's not looking to commit too heavily here as Phantom to the back wall. Played in front for CL. Oni's ready for it, though. As he'll dribble this one along. CL on the block. Resisting this game, but no goals for CL so far. Only the 1 assist to the goal that was near the beginning of this action. Now it's Phantom! He's got another one! Makeshift Elite have finally broken through the Bubble Lover defense. It took quite some effort, too, and an impressive finish. 25 seconds, 1 goal behind. A chance at the postseason waiting, and a fake kickoff here for Makeshift Elite. It will not go well. Phantom's going to take it back. Well, it's a botched kickoff for Makeshift Elite, or I'm sure if you're Big Bubble Over, one that you recognized immediately. And Makeshift Elite now having to chase after the ball here. They got to win the ball first, and then get their chance. Oni, CL, bouncing up the side wall. He's just trying to slow things down here and keep it in their half. Phantom's waiting. CL will leave it. Here he goes. Up his Phantom. Last chance of the season. Possible. He hits the floor. Big Bubble Lover defeats and defeats Makeshift Elite. They win the series and have given themselves the chance of a postseason berth. For Makeshift Elite, that marks the end of their season. Unable to make playoffs anymore. The run is over. They will have to be here next season if they would like another chance. Well, what a showing tonight for Big Bubble Lover. You'd be surprised to believe that these teams are near the bottom of their divisions with the desperation they played, but it's a huge, huge win. And it means a chance at playoffs. Of course, no guarantees for them. No guarantees for them. Because, again, reminder that if Cosmosis Esports does defeat Ceiling Lovers, Big Bubble Lover will be out, but they've done all that they can. They've gotten the win this week. They've put the pressure on Cosmosis Esports to get that win as well, so they've done their work. They've done their job. All's the waiting game here for Big Bubble Lover to see if they will be here next week. That's it, though, from all of us here. Thank you so much for joining this What stream. Congratulations to Big Bubble Lover. And thank you all so much for joining. Have an amazing rest of your night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of week 7 again. We'll be back on Thursday with more Cross Progression League action. But that's it for now. Have a good night.